And it's recording. So I have 5:35. We will call the special council meeting to order. I hope everybody got the agenda, and as we start all of our council meetings, we'll start with prayer and pledge. We'll go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
and
forgive us
our trespasses.
We forgive those who
who trespass against us.
and lead us not into temptation, but
Deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom,
glory forever.
glory, forever.
Glory forever. Amen.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of
of the United States of America,
America.
to the republic,
Which is standing
One nation.
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice
For all.
for all. All right. Roll call, Brian.
Okay, Cosgray. Present. Foreman.
He's on here.
Present. Okay. Hamilton.
Present.
Hankinson.
present.
Keller.
Present.
McCreary.
She's trying to get on.
Okay.
Okay.
Did she send an instant message, Brad?
I don't
just-
see an.
I just sent her the link. The email attachments you sent her, the Zoom meeting isn't blue. It was in a document instead of in the body of the email like it usually is.
It's in a document. It'll still work. Just go control, hit it.
Right. Hers isn't blue. Hers won't click. Hers
If
is
she goes
black.
control, it will.
Okay. Well, so that's what she's struggling with. I just sent it to her again. Hopefully
Okay.
she's working on it.
All right. So she'll be on.
Hey, I got meeting at 6. Let's keep it going.
All right. We'll keep it going. Approval of, that was everybody. So approval for tonight's agenda. We do have to add ordinance 2020-38 and 39. Those are for our special meeting things. Bob is chair of finance. Can I just put you on as the sponsor of those?
Okay.
All right. In that case, is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended, adding those two ordinances with Bob as the sponsor?
I'll move that we approve the agenda as amended by adding 2020-38, 2020-39.
Cosgray second.
Cosgray second. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Hearing none, agenda approved. All right. So, oh, good. I'll wait to start talking until Brandy's audio connects.
Oh, is she on? Okay.
Yep.
She said she's here.
I'm here.
All right. All right. Brandy's here. So now we have 6 and we've got the agenda. So we have that $108,000 in CARES fund money. The last
Okay.
meeting we talked about, and there was the potential to, build a building council. We didn't like that. So we brainstormed a lot of other ideas. There were other things out there. At one point, the potential for a police cruiser and AEDs. Though in talking with Jeff, those are a little more questionable, though at this point it's a who knows type situation. But Jeff was a little uneasy with the police cruiser and AEDs, absent some additional precautions there with them. But that said, we were able to come up with a list of things that we are confident that will pass muster on the CARES funding stuff. Hopefully everybody got the Excel spreadsheet with it. The one that Terry says might be a little pushing it because of times for the fans in the screen room. I still think we're not the only municipality having problems getting people to be able to do the work so we can meet that substantial compliance provision of it. I think that it's going to be an after the fact thing where the auditors look at it if the House and Senate don't even pass another bill, but they look at it and say, did you make the steps? Did you have it ordered? Was it scheduled to be worked on? Did you pay for it in 2020? And I think paying for it in 2020 is the big thing. I know there's one municipality that knows they're not going to be able to get their stuff until 2021. So what they did is they advance paid it out of their general fund and are reimbursing their general fund with the CARES fund money, since you can't advance the CARES funds, so that it's paid for in 2020, so that if they have a question on it, they can make that argument. We paid for it. The distributor just couldn't deliver it to us until 2021. So hopefully, like I said, everybody has that Exhibit A. Did anybody not get a chance to look through it? Do you want me to run through it real quick?
Well, I'd like to talk to it, Mayor, before we get too far along. There's a couple of changes.
Well, talk quick because Chuck's got a meeting at 6.
Okay, so I did talk to the provider of the fan for the wastewater treatment plant. He still thinks that we might be able now to make the end of the year. So I don't think that's iffy anymore. I also would like to remove the automated push door openers for the village office, which would be ADA. And in its place, I think I sent out the edited one where I'd like to put $7,000 in there for the Office 365. That would be for all departments. Also, the chief, I just got off the phone with the chief. And on here, you will see some gas masks for $2,199. Those gas masks and the item above that have too long of a delivery time. So we're going to remove those from the sheet. Again, trying to abide by the order by the 30th, encumbered by the 20th of November and have everything in place by the 30th. So we're going to remove those two items because we may have some more money coming.
Okay. And the Office 365 makes sense because that is, for those that might not be as familiar with it, that is, it's Office, it's Windows, it's Excel, but the 365 is cloud-based collaborative.
Correct.
So that I can be sitting at my office and Terry can be sitting at her home and we can be simultaneously working on the same document, and facilitates remote working. So I think what we absolutely have to have tonight is we have to pass those ordinances.
Yes.
And then there might be a change, like Terry just brought up the one change, but we want to make sure that council is more comfortable and in agreement with what we've come up with now to spend the money on, since it's different than what we had a week ago. So having that, does anybody, hearing those couple changes, does anybody have any questions or concerns about what we want to do with this money? And we're sitting at about $106,000 of our $108,000 allotment.
Correct.
Good.
I'm good with it,
I'm
Mayor.
looking at the list. I think it looks great.
Thank you. I'd like to add one more thing to this, please. One of the things that we need to do is spend it all if we want to get more. So my suggestion is this: we have this list. We go ahead and add it up, which I think it's going to be about 105,000, maybe a little less. What is left, then we give to a 501(c), such as the food pantry or the Good Neighbors, because both of those feed people that otherwise might not be fed. And we can do that. Right, Jeff?
Can we?
Correct.
We can give it to them to use as distribute, not as a sub-grant.
Correct. Right, Jeff?
Okay.
I think either way, Brad.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't hear about the sub-grant.
I do not want to get, because I dealt with another municipality, I do not want to get into sub-granting because then we're responsible for grant monitoring, paybacks if they don't spend it appropriately, and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely agree. That could be a nightmare. But I'm assuming that the local food pantry is a 501c3 operation. So we may verify that, but assuming that it is, I don't have any issue with donating any remaining funds to the food pantry.
I mean, I don't
Yeah, and
have, go ahead, Brandy.
no, I was just going to say, but we know also the Good Neighbors is definitely a 501c3 as
Yes.
well.
Yes. And they just are starting
That's
back up their
accessibility.
meals. Yes.
Well, and see, that's, I guess that's where I get into, is it a sub-grant or is it a charitable donation? And if it's a charitable donation, does it qualify for us to be able to spend it so that we can get more in the future? Because if we give it to Good Neighbors, for instance, Good Neighbors, what are they going to use it for COVID pandemic stuff? Because if you sub-grant it out, it has to be used for COVID. The sub-grantee has to, falls within the same guidelines and restrictions we have.
Okay, well, guess what? We just won't remove the ADA door. We'll leave it on, and I'm sure we'll spend the 108,000.
Right.
So there'll be no leftover.
That'll work. And then when we get more money, if we have a hard time spending it, that gives us a little more time as well to confer that we can then make it a donation to other 501c3s.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, I got one question on the vehicle. Are you including the expenses like the insurance, title tags, and all that?
No, that's something we would already have, like with our present car. So all that is the vehicle in and of itself. I already have the proposal, and I also can take delivery by the end of December.
Okay, but I just thought you were trying to get rid of the money. I just thought maybe we can pay, with the insurance and whatnot.
Good thought, Chuck. But I don't think
good
we can
thought.
do that because those are already budgeted items. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So are there any other questions? It sounds like we're in much better agreement on this list of how to spend the $108,000, and it is. I mean, I don't know. There was a flurry of emails back and forth between Terry and I when we were brainstorming these. So, and
I shared
I
them
know
with
she.
staff.
And I was gonna say, and I know she was talking with all of the staff about what's needed and what we can do. So,
And I need to say this, kudos to both the mayor and the village administrator, because they both spent lots and lots of time brainstorming, as the mayor indicated, and trying to come up with a list of expenditures that is doable and can be accomplished before December 30th. And you probably don't want to know the amount of time that was invested in it.
No,
So.
I figure I get all of December off paid, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, and
You have to talk to council.
that includes Jeff too, because he was getting a lot of
my
emails
gosh, yes.
saying, "Is this okay?" So,
Yeah.
So we have the ordinances. 38 is to appropriate the $108,251.38, and then 39 is the encumbrance one. Is that correct?
Yes.
Or the ordinance that we have to have to encumber it to spend it that they need in order for us to get it from the county and state.
Correct. And 39 includes the attachment, which is Terry's summary of the proposed expenditures.
Cool. All right. So if we don't have any more discussion right now or at all, because we're running out of time here on the exhibit of what we'll spend it on, I'll turn it over to Bob for 2020-38. And I will say both of these we had to do these similar ordinances when we got the last round of money. So this, I think, technically has been through committee. So it would just need motions to suspend 3 readings, pass as an emergency, and adopt.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we suspend the 3 reading rule on ordinance 2020-38.
Foreman
Second.
seconds.
Keller.
All right, Foreman got the second on that. Roll call.
Cosgray, Yes. Foreman,
Yes.
Hamilton.
He appears to have stepped away.
Okay.
I don't think.
Hankinson,
Hey.
Hankinson,
Yes.
Keller,
Yes.
McCreary.
Yes.
All right, well, that's 5. That gives us enough.
We're good.
I
Okay.
guess I put that down as an abstention
How about
Sure.
a present?
or
Present. That's good. Present. Okay.
But, well, or not present, I guess.
I was gonna say, I got video evidence.
All
Okay.
right.
Ordinance 2020 -38. I'll make a motion that we adopt it.
Foreman seconds.
All right, motion and second to adopt. Discussion on this one. Again, this is just the appropriation of the money that we get. Hearing none, roll call.
yes. Cosgray, yes. Foreman,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Hankinson,
Yes.
Keller,
Yes.
McCreary.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
6-0. 2020-38 will be adopted, and that's an appropriation one. So let's move on to 2020-39. And this is the ordinance appropriating the village's coronavirus relief fund payments to the village COVID-19 response and the declaration of an emergency.
Okay. Since we had talked about this in committees before, I make a motion that we suspend the 3 reading rule on 2020-39.
Cosgray, second.
All right. And roll call.
Cosgray, yes. Hankinson,
Yes.
Keller,
Yes.
McCreary,
Yes.
Foreman,
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
All right. 3 readings suspended.
Okay, this already has emergency language in it, so I'll make a motion to adopt 2020-39.
Keller second.
All right. Motion, Keller second. Discussion on this. Did you guys and ladies ever think it would be this hard to spend $108,000?
Nope.
It
Nope.
wasn't hard.
Just restrictive.
Mhm.
So, all right. Hearing no further discussion, roll call.
Okay, Cosgray, Yes. Foreman,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Hankinson,
Yes.
Keller,
Yes.
McCreary.
Yes.
All right. 6-0. 2020-39 will be adopted as an emergency. Thank you, everyone. Whew. And Terry will update that attachment to go out. And if you need me to come in and sign this tomorrow or Friday, Brian, just let me know.
Yes, I will. So I can get this,
Okay.
so I can scan and get it down to Josh at the county auditor's office.
All right. How quickly can you have the stuff down there, Jeff?
I'll have the ordinances over to the village by early tomorrow morning.
Okay. I will swing by at some point tomorrow morning and sign them then.
Okay. I mean, is that early enough or do you need them tonight?
No, tomorrow's fine, Jeff.
Okay. Okay. I'll have them there early tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
All right. If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Is this
Keller.
I'll second it.
Keller
Yay.
move, Brandy second. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion is adjourned at 5:54. Gotta love these special meetings where we have
Yay.
limited topics. So thank you everyone
Thank you,
for
everyone.
joining tonight
Thank
on
you.
short notice as well as for this. And I hope everyone has a good evening and rest of the week and see you next week.
Thank
Bye.
All
you.
right.
Aye.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Mayor,
Yeah.
do you have just a
Good night.
second?
Yeah, hold on. Let me stop recording. Hey, Jeff came back.
I did. I didn't realize we hadn't adjourned yet. I saw-
Well, we adjourned while you were